Hi, my name's Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. So if you didn't know, I love Vincent Price. And do you know who else likes Vincent Price? HorrorGal. My friend Susan and I are collabing on this video where we talk about our top 5 Vincent Price characters of all time.
I never met a monster I didn't like.
Number 5 goes to Vincent Price's portrayal of the real character of Matthew Hopkins in The Witchfinder General, who famously trialed more witches than anyone else before him. He also brought more death penalties than anyone before him. Price's role as Hopkins, it is serious stuff and it really hits hard. This one is actually known as one of his best performances of all time, but it hits me at number 5. Number 4 is gonna sound a little bit strange to everybody, but if you haven't seen Vincent Price in any of his older stuff, I'm guaranteeing that you probably would have seen this. Number 4 is the inventor in Edward Scissorhands. Although his part is not big, it was intended to be bigger than it was. The reason his role was cut down by Tim Burton was because he had Parkinson's disease and some other health issues because he was getting older. And it was really sad, hard to watch, but ultimately it is his last feature film and it will stay with everyone who loves Vincent Price. This film is so sad yet so beautiful. I'm sure all of you guys have seen Edward Scissorhands, but Vincent Price's role was so gentle and it really opens him to a more caring, loving, soft side than his characters before. Obviously, it's a very theatrical film, being Tim Burton, but I love it for that, and I love just the feeling you get, the nice, warm feeling inside you get from Vincent Price when watching this movie. It pretty much makes you cry every time. My third place is probably going to be pretty obvious. This is Frederick Lauren in The House on Haunted Hill. Pretty much when I think of Vincent Price, I think of this film. I love this movie, and it's really what got me into Vincent Price. I love his character in this because Frederick is just this evil millionaire who gets what he wants, kills who he wants, and just laughs about it. He's actually insane. His first wife mysteriously died and his second and third disappeared. And then there's this crazy banter between his fourth wife and him about every time she's tried to kill him. And I love how he's just like a crazy, eccentric millionaire and he's just so evil and kooky. I guess he's kooky. I love his character in this one and I really enjoyed his dialogue more than anything. Number 2 is going to be pretty surprising for some of you guys, but it's Dr. Erasmus Craven from The Raven. I love this movie because it's really camp and it's obviously inspired by the famous The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Probably one of my favorite horror scenes of all time is when the Raven flies in and Dr. Craven does the double take when he hears it. And the fight scenes are just hilarious. Sorcerers fighting, so good. And a bonus for me on this one is I'm a huge fan of Boris Karloff. If you watch my channel for a long time, my number 1 is not going to be surprising to you guys at all. If you haven't, you need to check out Theatre of Blood because Edward Lionheart is my favorite villain of all time. And Vincent, just no one else could play this role. This role was made for him. This film is amazingly funny, dark, brutal, theatrical, everything you want to watch in a movie, this is it. To describe Edward Lionheart really quickly, he's this desperate actor, a bad actor, and his critics just laugh in his face. He's out to get revenge and he's bringing the homeless guys with him. I don't want to ruin anything, as I always say, but this movie is the best and it is Vincent Price's best performance hands down. I can't think of a better film than this and I can't think of a better role than Vincent Price played in this. No one else could have done this film like he did. He made it. I feel like he walked on set and then the movie just molded around him. I know it's the other way around. And no one else could do Edward Lionheart like this. It's just perfection. So that's it for my top 5. Make sure you check out HorrorGal's top 5 right here for her 5 favorite Vincent Price characters of all time. And if you haven't seen her channel, which I'm sure you have, check it out because she's got some really cool content. She's got some vlogs, some unboxing, things like that are really interesting for me because I live on the other side of the world. So it's cool to see the American side of horror. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and please give me a thumbs up if you like videos like this, just so I know, and I'll see you guys later. Stay spooky. Bye. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but throughout this video, I'm actually wearing a Vincent Price shirt. Come on guys, you should know this hairline. You should know this forehead.